This is where we'll start the video.
Hello!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the
Hold on. We really are getting more and more Miss Doubtfire every single podcast for that. It's like, hello, dear. That was not Miss Doubtfire. That was just a stereotypical gay Scot. There we are.
How you been?
I turned into Larry Dean at the end of that. Then bloody hell, I'm good, fam.
I'm good as well. I think before we start and do the fun stuff, the excitement, the
Yes.
comedy,
The
I think
comedies.
to start with, we should make mention of the tragic events that have happened over the past 2 weeks.
Let's just put it this way: 2020, it sucks.
For those of
Major
you,
balls.
for those of you who ain't aware, 2 weeks ago, the former WWE superstar Shad Gaspard and his son were out swimming in the ocean. I think they were in Florida.
California, I think, because it was Venice Beach.
They came into some difficulty in the water. Rescuers did manage to reach Shad Gaspard, but as soon as they got to him, he instructed them to save his son first. And by the time they'd saved his son and gone back for him, unfortunately, he had been lost at sea. I think a day later, they found his body. There's going to be no jokes about it on this podcast. I know I do have a bit of a reputation, but this one did kind of hurt, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like,
and
This one
then just
fucking sucked. I mean, the man died as a complete hero. His last actions, his last words were to save his son's life. So I think that
yeah.
The man is he's done stuff like this before. He was in a shop when there was a gun robbery a couple of years ago, and he tackled the bloke to the ground while the guy had a gun in his hand. Like, this man is he was a great dude. And
He was Superman. Let me talk about this because I know for a fact you have no idea who she was. You found out about who she was when the news broke. I was actually a fan of hers in Stardom, so on Saturday, I woke up. My entire 5 or 6 people that I've watched Joshi Pro Wrestling with messaged me and said, "Have you heard?" I was like, "Have I heard what?" I just thought there was some sort of title change or something, and they said, "No, Hana Kimura's dead." And my immediate thought was, she's like 22. What? My immediate thought, oh no, it's the virus. And then I read about it, and I saw the reality show and the cyberbullying, and it's just be kind to people, man. Like, just what the fuck?
Yeah, a few hours before she was found, she put loads of tweets online, including
Yeah, man.
a picture of herself harming. It's just
It's fucked. It's just fucked.
people should be more kind to each other, you know.
Yeah, we should all be much nicer to each other. You fat fuck.
Let's get back into the podcast in that case.
No, we're not
But,
even we're not even finished. We're not even caught up on all the bad shit that's happened, man. Like it's America. Just sort your shit the fuck out, man. Let's
again,
talk a little bit about George Floyd.
Again, another man of color
Fuck.
was murdered by a white police officer for resisting arrest when all witnesses, body cam footage that the police had, and other footage of people on the scene showed that not to be the case. The man was on the floor crying that he couldn't breathe while the cunt of a copper sat on his neck.
And now there are rioting all across America with looting and people setting police precincts on fire. It's fuck. Like the world is. We need to stop it now. Like, seriously, we just need to press pause. Just go back to simpler times. You know what I mean? Just fucking. God's sake, can the world just be like everything was on CBBC, for fuck's sake? Like, I just want us all to become Diddy, Dick, and Dom. That's what I want to happen, right? Wake up tomorrow, we're all puppets. I can't be asked with all this, because it's just all you hear about now is death and depravity and riots and fucking hate crimes. It's like, why? Why can't people just look at someone, acknowledge differences, but be like, yo, I see you. You are not me, but I'm not going to kill you because that shit is illegal, police officers. You fucking fuck.
But
It's just,
has
it
been
boils my blood. I could literally spend the entire podcast just ranting about this.
last thing I say about this. The good thing that has come out of this is that police officer, the one that actually did sit on his neck, which caused him to die, has been charged with murder. So that's great news. Great news. Anyway, right. Enough of the that we got that out the way. The sad, we had to get that out the way.
No,
Now
that's
what?
that's not even the saddest of all the news. It's not. It's not even the saddest of all the news. I have to report something really sad on this podcast.
Oh God, now I'm scared.
At 5 a.m. this morning, I lost my Netflix subscription.
How?
I was midway through. I was midway through Community, and it's so if anyone wants to pay for my Netflix, and I'm back.
You can get this guy back up on his Netflix subscription permanently.
Yeah, I want to rewatch She-Ra.
In more positive news, there's going to be a space shuttle launch in about 15 minutes. No, about 3 hours, 4 hours. It's going to be going whoosh tonight. Fucking yeet up into the stars.
I really want someone to just yeet a rocket, like, Jesus, motherfucker. Could you imagine? You just send Brock Lesnar up to a rocket and be like, suplex city, bitch. Yeet. I would.
Hi.
That was the greatest timing of anything we've ever done. Yeet.
But yeah,
amazing.
Other news, I'm now a streamer. And
I have
being
seen
the
this.
actual fucking idiot that I am, I misspelled my own channel name.
What?
So, a fucking cunt. Right, hang a fucking bang. I'm gonna just keep talking. I'm gonna use this, which is a fucking phone thingy-ma-doodah. And I'm gonna get some gaffer tape, right? Right? And I'm gonna fucking tape it to the table in front of me. Press and tape.
See, I'm just low key. I'm just resting my phone on my crotch. Like that's where I've got you. Like you are full disclosure on my penis right now. Like that is how it be. Dude, you are literally giving me an aneurysm. Stop.
Oh wait, no, I just took my laptop. There you go. That's fucking works. Hi. Anyway, so can we talk about the TNT title?
No, we need to talk about how the fuck you misspelled your channel name.
Yes. So basically, if you want to follow me, it's Do the Games O'Fackle.
What?
It's Do the Games O'Fackle.
Oh fuck.
The
Oh,
link
for
will be in the
God's sake.
description below. Basically, anything I've got, if you look at my YouTube channel, that this is literally fucking sitting on this podcast, it's called Do the Game Official. My Facebook is Do the Games Official. Everything is Do the Games Official. For some reason, for the first time in 5 years, I misspelled the word official. So welcome to Do the Games Official Twitch.
Fuck's sake.
Because I'm a smart.
Fuck's sake. God damn it, dude.
But yeah, if you fancy watching my Twitch, I stream Warzone, I stream F1, I stream NBA, I stream whatever the fuck I fancy at that certain time. Hell, if there's a fucking Little Pony game, why not? There's not, and there's never going to be. What's been going on with you then for the last couple of days while we've been grounded?
Well, honestly, I've been doing fuck all. If I'm being completely honest with you, my life has been shit. It's been boring as fuck. I've made a couple posters here and there. Caps Lock Creative on the Facebooks, on the Instagrams. give me likes and shares and give me your money and I'll make you shit. Um,
Today's podcast is sponsored by Doodle Doodle Productions, Doodle Games of Factual, and Caps Lock Creative.
yeah, basically.
And Raid Shadow no.
And yeah, Rage Legends. No, it's but apart from that, I'll be honest. I've done basically bugger fucking all.
I do quite enjoy every time I text you about the podcast. You free to mow? No, I'm going out. Obviously, I'm free to mow. You fucking idiot. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, well, I did. I've watched. Well, actually, I've watched a shite ton of TV this week. My God, I have issues. I watched all 5 series of She-Ra. I started it Sunday. I finished it Tuesday night.
So, yeah.
I remember the other week I ridiculed you for having a crush on a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I now have a crush on a cartoon character. Piss off. So, yep, life is weird like that, bro. So yeah, She-Ra, the Princesses of Power. You can tell by that name that I am 100% heterosexual. Now, I watched literally, right? I watched this thinking this is gonna be the biggest load of crap ever, but I only watched it because like my friend recommended it, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Who's
The
your
first
friend?
episode, Josh, but the first episode I was like, this is all right, whatever. Second episode, I was like, nah, this is part 2, I might as well. Next thing I know, we're on the season finale of season 2. And they introduced the greatest characters of all time. 2 dads. The greatest couple of all time. They are fantastic. They are not overly, like, gay in the stereotypical TV sense. They are literally just parents, and I love it. Great LGBTQ plus representation, and that continues throughout the entire show. So honestly, if anyone wants to check out a show with good representation, check that out because it's based on an 80s cartoon, She-Ra, Princess of Power, and everyone had the same body mold, everyone had the same skin tone, complexion. So it's like in this one, everyone is different, and they really do pay attention to those sort of things, but they don't actually like if a black character is talking to a white character, there will not be that animosity unless the storyline requires there to be animosity there. And I think that's really
Yeah.
important with the show. It's actually, I would highly recommend it for anyone seeking out shows with good representation. It be a good one. Have you watched any shows lately, David?
Well, we all know my obsession with the Stars of the Wars, right?
Oh, mother of fuck.
So within this lockdown, I have watched the entirety of the Clone Wars from
Oh,
episode
fair.
1 to the last episode of season 7. There will be a spoiler. Are you planning to watch the end of season 7? You planning to go on Clone Wars?
First of all, I'm planning to watch the end of season 2.
Right, so no spoilers ahead. Okay, so I'll go non-spoilery. I get it. I get the appeal of Clone Wars. It's so much fun. The characters are so endearing. They're so charming. Fucking Ahsoka and Anakin's friendship grows. You see them becoming almost like siblings. Like Ahsoka looks at Anakin as if he's the big brother she never had. Anakin, like their connection is so strong and so like it becomes the best part of the show. You also get to see more of the relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and there were some things that are said in season 7 that really changed Revenge of the Sith. I'm not going to tell you what they are, like especially with Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like there's some things that they never alluded to, but now you know it, you can see it, and it's great.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, Obi-Wan and Anakin are gay lovers.
No, they're not.
Oh, that
But
would have been one hell of a plot twist, though. Could you
it
imagine?
would have been.
I have the high ground now. Honey, no, you don't. Fuck off.
It just no. It was
Fantastic.
Obi-Wan just mispronounced the line. He's meant to say, "You were my lover, Anakin. I loved you," but no, he said, "Brother." Oops, poor Anakin. No, I wasn't ready for the emotions that I felt at the end of season 7. the very last shot might be one of the greatest ending shots to a program that I have ever seen. Like the last shot, when you watch it, you'll understand what I say, but it encapsulates the three most important things of Clone Wars in one visual. And that's what I was going to say. Amazing. I'm now moved on to Rebels, which was the next series. I'm on season 2. There's only 4 seasons of Rebels, which I'm gutted about because I'm really enjoying it. Basically, Rebels is between fucking Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It's that period, so it's bridging that gap a little bit. And some characters come out of fucking left field like you wouldn't expect. Like, I'm not going to tell you because I don't know if you're going to watch Rebels.
If I ever finish Clone Wars, I might.
So I'm going to say you probably won't. So there was this one moment. This is a spoiler. There's one moment we're like, oh, we're going to meet this bloke.
I literally just said if I finish Clone Wars, I will. So don't spoil it, you absolute fucking nonce.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil the big things. I'm going to spoil one character which I think you might like. Because you majorly pop every time this person walks into Star Wars.
Mm.
So they go, oh, there's this bloke that can get us some supplies. He knows how to do the black market. And I'm like, oh, cool, we're going to meet a new character. Turns around, it's fucking Lando Calrissian.
I do pops for Calrissian.
And I'm like...
I do the pops for Lando. I do.
And I'm like, hang a fucking bang, that's old Lando Calrissian. Fucking hell.
It is. It's my boy Lando. What a G.
Basically, the whole premise of Rebels is you join this group of rebels, and like it just goes through that series. It's fucking awesome, and I highly recommend
that
it.
Is fantastic description. Fantastic description of a show. Like, well, basically the thing with Rebels is you meet rebels. Yeah. It's like the Clone Wars. What do you focus on? The period of the Clone Wars. Ah, that's very good. Good title.
I've just finished Jedi Fallen Order as well. Jedi Fallen Order, what a game. I want one set in the Clone Wars because that would be fucking... That same engine and the same style, just set in the Clone Wars, I think would be an amazing game. And that's what I've been doing in lockdown. Disney Plus has saved my life.
So basically all you've been doing in lockdown is Star Wars.
So basically
the entire thing you've been doing since December.
I helped my mother build a bench, in which case I have no idea how to build a bench, so I just did what I was told.
Me at life, genuinely.
Do you remember the red sofas we had?
Yes, you have shown me the pictures, my G.
Okay, cool. If I remember, here's a picture. There's not going to be a picture there, is there? You know for a fact I'm going to forget.
Yeah, you ain't going to put one in.
Also, in this podcast, we're going to do I've just decided now, so it's a surprise to me as much as it is to you. We're going to book something randomly.
Oh, fucking hell, are we?
Yes, I hadn't planned this either. I just thought, fuck it, it's something fun to do at the end.
You could have given me a fucking warning, pal, but all right.
I didn't have one myself. I didn't know what we're going to book yet, but fuck it, let's go on with the podcast.
Okay, fair. Right, well, I know you want to talk about the... Oh, motherfucker, I thought you were going to talk about the TNT Championship. My G, right.
Can we talk about Dominic Cummings? What the fuck? Sorry, guys, I can't drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive for half an hour with my wife and kid in the back, because if I die, so must they. What the fuck, Dominic? Fucking weirdo.
It's just like, I'm not sure if my eyes are okay, so I'm going to drive 60 miles to make sure I can see. I don't know why Dominic Cummings sounds like the Queen on acid, but there we are.
Did you watch his, statement thing?
It was most... It was so scripted, it hurt me, physically.
No, do you know what? I loved it, because he did his speech of complete waffle. And then they went, I know there were some journalists who would like to ask me questions. And it was basically a half hour of people going, why are you a cunt? That's basically what it was.
Basically.
It was, so why are you allowed to do that? But if I did that, I'd be in trouble. We got to use our judgment. Okay, we got to use our judgment. Thank you. Next person. So why is it one rule for you and a different rule for me? Next journalist. So why are you a dickhead? And I'm like, yeah, go in, sister. Fucking go in.
There was one girl. I say girl, she's probably like 48, but she asked Boris.
Oh no. Okay.
She asked Boris a question, right? And Boris was stood here like, I don't know how to answer this shit. And it was something like, so Dominic Cummings drove all the way up to Durham when he has relatives and friends in London, but I have no one in London. My nearest family are 15 miles away, and if I drive to them, I'm getting arrested and fined £1,000. My question to you, Prime Minister. The fuck? I'm like, Queen.
I love the bit where the woman went to him. So, Mr. Johnson, Dominic Cummings has broke your lockdown rules. So what's it going to be? You're going to protect your bitch, or you're going to enforce lockdown? And I was like, I didn't say it in those words, but you know what I mean? She proper went in on the lad.
Well, yeah, it goes without saying that the woman I was talking about didn't actually say, the fuck.
I would love it if she did. By the way, Boris Johnson's the man that once did Soccer Aid and tried to kill a bitch. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I've also seen the video where he just fucking yeeted a child.
That video. That video is him basically now with responsibility. Yeet!
Yeah, basically. Boris Johnson is a meme in the worst kind of way.
Boris Johnson is everyone's first attempt at drawing Donald Trump.
Yeah, basically.
He's basically a fucking Trump light. Like, he is Trump, but if Trump was even more thick.
He's Trump, but without Twitter.
Oh. Can we talk about Facebook? Because Facebook is doing my nutting at the moment. Literally doing my nutting. Everything that anybody says, that fucking Boris said this, I don't care. We're not allowed to lock down. Boris, okay, we're going to stay in lockdown. Oh, my Facebook. Oh, but I wanted to see my friends. Fuck off. Hate Facebook. It's just full of people bitching.
I just hate people, I'll be honest with you. I don't need Facebook to tell me who I hate. I just sort of yesterday I was on I think you were playing PlayStation with her. I was on call to Amy and I spent like an hour of it just deleting people off my Facebook.
Yes, that's
like I culled about 120 odd people. It was nuts.
So they might be watching, but any names?
I can't remember. None of them mattered. So
everyone's out looking to see if you unfriend them just to see if they're like, what the fuck? I don't matter.
Get fucked.
I just can't wait for this shit to be over now, so we can get back to doing, normal shit. Like, I need to look for a job so I can actually afford to live again. Like, I've got this job lined up where it's like I gotta go on a training course for it, which I've got to get the form for. But it's basically okay. Thank you. Whatever. Did you get that notification? Then?
Yeah, that was strange.
So for those of you who don't know, my Zoom just went, hi, thanks for coming on Zoom. You now can record for more than 40 minutes. I didn't know there was a time limit to begin with.
Yeah, no, there is a time limit.
Please tell me that didn't stop the fucking recording.
No, it's still going.
Okay, cool. Now, this is on my screen. Love it. Cool. Love it. I don't want that to be on the screen. Imagine I didn't take it off screen and it actually showed on the fucking recording. Just the second half of the podcast is just that on the screen.
Fair enough. You might as well, innit?
Not gonna lie, I lost my train of thought now. Fucking twat.
It's something to do with the training course and work and shit.
Oh yeah, I could become a CCTV operator because basically my mate does it and he sits in the office watching anime on his phone all day. Except for when they go, can you check this store this time? So he just, yeah, this happened. Okay, thanks. Back to the phone. I'd be fucking loving that.
Fair play. Well, I landed a job, as I said, straight before fucking lockdown. And then lockdown happened literally a week later, and now I'm unemployed. So
yeah, your timing is immaculate, my friend.
I know, innit? The only time I can get hired is when the world decides to die. Thanks, G.
But my mate I talked to, he's like, I watched your podcast and Kai made me laugh. And he's like, so someone's scrambled the bat and now we can't leave.
There's basically what like everyone in like 20 odd years, right? All of our kids will be in school and they'll be asking questions about coronavirus. My answer to my children will be basically somebody got a little bit peckish, decided to scran a bat, then we all got grounded and told, if you go outside, you will be fined or worse, dead.
Expel. Oh, okay. I thought.
You're not Hermione Granger, okay? But no, literally, the coronavirus, if we're led to believe these stories, which I personally, I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy nut, but I am saying this was not caused by a singular fucking bat. Piss right off.
As I've said to everyone, I think the Chinese government were trying to dwindle their numbers because they're massively overpopulated, lost control of it, and now the world has gone, shit. That's my honest opinion. Yeah. I do not believe for a second that some bloke went, bat, dead. Like, I don't believe.
Like, I've read enough comics to know that Batman does good. He doesn't kill us all, so fuck you.
I don't know what country
my argument.
it is. I think it's like Romania or somewhere in that region. There's one of the presidents are like, I'm not locking my country down. The way we're going to beat this is hockey and alcohol. I'm like, I love you. I'm going to move there and get citizenship.
Yeah, and then die because the corona got you.
But it's worth it. The obesity's going to get me soon enough anyway, so I'll be fine.
This is true.
Tell you another thing, though. I don't know about you, but I've been invited to like 15 fucking nights out and drinks and sessions after this is finished. All my group of friends that drink have all gone, right, we're getting drunk after this. I'm like, oh my God, my liver is going to hate me.
Well, you see, here's the thing, right? I've been unofficially invited to so many things. People have been like, yo, where you drinking? I'm like, aight. Sound good to me.
Yeah.
And then the one girl that I met at a uni open day, she was like, yo, are you going to ABBA? I was like, providing I don't fail. I am indeed. And she's like, cool. Freshers, even if it doesn't happen, it's happening. We are getting fucked. Okay? I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna say no.
Kai's gonna get fucking hammered.
Mate, it's gonna be like the almighty Thor. I'm gonna get fucking hammered.
One thing I find funny about that idea is the fact that I've only ever seen you drunk twice, like properly drunk. The first time you got really angry because I wouldn't let you go home because you were too drunk to get there.
This is true. I could barely put one foot in front of another.
Oh, by the way, 5 seconds after this, you threw up violently outside, which was hilarious.
This was not me. You got it wrong. I have never thrown up from alcohol. That was Josh. Josh threw up. I didn't. I laughed at him, and Danny slapped me in the head. Josh threw up that night. I didn't. For fuck's sake, everyone.
Yeah, because you hit me in the nose and you went, fuck you, poof.
Yeah, but no, it was you and Chloe. You both remember me throwing up. Andrew, PJ, Danny, Michelle, fucking, I don't know how many other people. Even Josh has said, no, it was Josh. It was not Kai. I did not throw up, honey. Okay?
Mad.
I've never thrown up through alcohol, weirdly enough, which honestly confuses the fuck out of me.
And the second time we sat here, it was after your surprise birthday party. We sat here, tried to watch the FCW documentary, both passed out midway through it, woke up and went, that was great, that was.
Yeah, and then watched Smosh for another hour.
Yeah. That was a good night. I haven't watched Smosh, by the way, since this lockdown happened, because I'm like, fuck it, I'll wait till Kai comes here.
Yeah, same. And then we went to sleeps. And then we woke up, and your mother must have been expecting me to be fucked. Because I came down, and she looked at me and said, how are you doing? I was like, I'm fine. And then all I heard was you go, stop being so loud, my head hurts. Fantastic. I was fine. Look, my birthday, everyone was handing me drink. I don't think there was a single drink that I did not consume that night because everyone was like, Kai, you're 18, die. I'm like, okay.
On the way back, you and me stealing that bin bag.
That is still my favourite memory of you.
Basically, right, here's the story of this.
We probably already told it on the
gave
last
Danny-
episode.
I don't think we did. I gave Danny all the money I had left to buy his alcohol that he had left. I then
We drank like
We
a
were-
bottle of it, by the way.
we were carrying it back, and for context, it was pissing down. The box made of cardboard, so it melted. So Kai's like got it pinned against the wall, just holding the bottle on the sides, like cuddling it, trying to stop the precious cargo from falling. Like the fucking ring, and he's gone like, "Hey, precious!"
Yeah,
So I'm
then
like,
all of a sudden,
I'll
this
go
motherfucker just leans over a wall next someone's recycling bag and is like, that'll do.
Literally, I thought there's a recycling, but it was full of cardboard, which then ended up next to the bag. I was fully planning, by the way, to go back the next day, but I was in no fit state, and I didn't want to get caught. So we just chucked all the beer in the bag and then walked home. Now, that was 3 months before Corona. These days, that would be considered a hate crime.
Truth. Fucking true.
Yeah, then we drank a bottle and a half of it, I think.
I drank 2 cans of Foster's that were in there for some reason. And drank a bottle of Bud, and that was it. I was done.
It's funny, when we were leaving the thing, we were like, we're going to drink all this, we're going to fucking get completely smashed, it's going to be great. We got back and went, I can't be asked to drink anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I got bored. I looked at alcohol and was like, do you have any Ribena?
Yeah, you had Ribena.
I did. I don't, was it Ribena?
Cotterberg I like, because you never really get bored of it, because after a while you forget you're drinking alcohol.
I
Because
don't
it
like
tastes
Cotterberg.
like squash. I love Cotterberg. Tell you what I can't wait for. I can't wait for next fucking New Year's. Because I've been told there's going to be a pinch party. And when I say a pinch party, I mean a party at the pinch house.
I'm looking forward to New Year's, mainly because it would mean the 2020 is over.
Genuinely.
This year is... I said, like, I had so much fun bringing this year in with a really good group of people. You did too. It was different groups of people, but there we fucking go. Like, I think the first person I properly spoke to in the new year was Rose, and we had like a 20-minute conversation about how good this year was going to be. Like, we have so many plans. I was like, oh yeah, I have so many projects going. Like, I got the podcast. The podcast is dropping today. It didn't drop on New Year's Day, did it, Dav? It didn't drop for another fucking 3 weeks, did it, Dav? No, you dick.
To be fair, we filmed it New Year's Eve. I mean,
To be fair, no, we filmed it before Christmas, and then we filmed it New Year's Eve because you fucking lost it all. Anyway, we're not here to talk about how shit Dav is at life.
Can I just say one thing before we go on? My favourite line from that podcast that we lost, I'll never forget it until the day I die. Kai was like, I can't remember what the context was. We were talking. We had like this list of things that had happened throughout the decade before, and Kai went, and now from sad news on to much better news.
The genocide,
of 457 Pakistanis, and I was like, Kai, you can't say that.
Yeah, back when I used to be the controversial one. Phew.
Still are.
It's
I
really...
haven't said anything controversial.
Dav, do you want to go back to the Philip Schofield episode, bro?
People are look. Nothing I say could have been more shocking than the moment that his wife was sat there and he was going, "Oh, I'm his gay." She's like, "But you've been married to me for 20 years."
Shut the fuck up. Have you seen Philip Schofield? She was not surprised. Okay?
She was more surprised he wasn't piping Ollie.
I mean, to be fair, half the nation is surprised at that, to be honest with you. The news of him coming out, I was honestly more shocked that he was married, because I just assumed that him and Holly were just bonking on the side, like, you know what I mean? But anyway, back to New Year. So yeah, I was completely sober New Year, which I never again. And
I was, and then I got to Andrew's house, and then all the alcohol on the night and just hit me once, and I was like, "Oh, I'm drunk."
But no, this. So I was having a conversation with Rose, and it was fun. And I was like, "Bye, Rose," because she fucked off for some reason. Can't remember where she went. I think she might have
That's the
died.
heart of the sea.
And then I
Oh,
started
come on,
talking
that
to.
was a great joke.
That was a shit joke, mate.
That was
That was a
such a
shit
good.
joke.
That was such a good reference.
Then I just started bopping from room to room, just talking to random people. I bumped into someone. They were having a kip. I was like, "Hey, it's New Year," and he's like, "Yes, I know. Can you leave me to kip now?" I'm like, "Okay," and then I left. And it was really good. We were all talking about how happy we were and excited for this year. And it was going really, really well. To be fair, January. I mean, all right, there was forest fires and shit, but it didn't really affect us, so I didn't give a crap, right? And then we got into February, and then that's when the storm started, and I was like, So we've all heard the story of me going to Aberystwyth, and fucking it was an absolute fuck of clusters, right? It was bloody raining. It was blowing a gale. I almost fucking got lost in the sea because the motherfucker almost blew me over the railings. I was like, "Excuse me, rude." But that was fine, right? So it was like, I'm happy. I was happy in Aberystwyth because I had been a nice person and messaged people and been like, "Yo, fun times," and then it was all good. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Little did I know that life would cease to exist in just 26 short fucking days.
It really is.
So
It
the
happened
trains, the trains had all stopped. So getting back from Aberystwyth was an absolute fuck of clusters again, in and of itself. But that was fine. I could cope with that. March came. I was like, "This is great. I'm going to turn 18. I turned 18. I went for a meal. Me, you, Dan, and my dad had a couple of pints. It was great. Then you
that
all
was
got me.
such a. That was my favorite bit of the whole night for me.
It was
But
great.
that's
Then you
what.
got me to a unit and got me absolutely bladderated. Thank you very much. And then we got to another birthday party for my mate. I was like, "Yo, it's your birthday, you're 18. Ha ha ha, get fucked, cunt." Then the very next day, we all woke up. It was 3 of us in a bed. It was very awkward. We all woke up.
No one had any clothes on.
No, well, not when I was not when I was finished with them, my G. So what has happened?
Can I just point out? I want to make
let's,
sure all
let's
you
just
aware this.
put it this
I
way.
wasn't present at that moment. Just in case anyone gets that wires crossed, I wasn't there.
No,
Like
he
I can read
wasn't,
about
but
it.
I was thinking of him. And
People are gonna
so
start talking. You know that, yeah.
yep. So we woke up and we all got texts of people. "Have you seen the news? Have you seen the news?" We were like, "No," because 2 of these guys were hungover, and I was just sat here like, I can remember way too much of last night. And so, oh man, that night was mad because everyone was just getting depressed and wandering off. So I was being nice, getting depressed and wandering after them, right? So I honestly,
So wait a minute. I got depressed and wandered after them.
mate, I was. It was an absolute, it was a mess, right? But so we woke up, we had the message, "School's closing Friday." We all looked at each other and went, bollocks. Then we found out that exams were being cancelled, so we were like, crap. So we got to the end of school, we all said goodbye. There were tears, not from me, because I don't give a shit, right? So we finished. And then we all came home for the weekend, and we were like, right, we're probably going to go into lockdown. It's probably going to last about a month, about 6 weeks. How fucking wrong we were.
How much childish optimism we had.
I know. And then March 23rd happened, and we were like, "Oh, well, this is depresso." Then April came and went, and we were like, "We should probably start getting out of lockdown soon." And then May is almost finished, and we're still not out of lockdown. They're easing restrictions a little bit, but we're not out of lockdown. My thoughts on this year so far, Dav, honestly,
It could have gone better.
it could have gone, it could, well, yeah, it could have gone much better, to be honest. One good thing has come out of this year, though.
What's that?
I've made money.
Yes. You're doing better than I did. I've had my fucking business open like fucking 2 years. Not one person has gone, excuse me, mate. I know you're charging fuck all for videos that are like normally really expensive to produce at the quality that I make them. Do you fancy it? No, no one, not one person. I'm pissed off.
No, to be fair, I opened mine up on the Sunday, and I was getting some great business. Like Sunday, Monday, I had a lot of business. I had a little bit of business on Tuesday from you, and then Wednesday came. That was 2 weeks ago now, and no one's asked for shit. So there we are. that well dried up real quick, like the Mo fucking Sahara. So let's go back to something you quickly touched upon that you then derailed and started talking about Dominic Cummings and Goins. The TNT Championship.
Oh, this fucking belt. They didn't get the belt finished before the show. The finish design is marginally better than the one they got now. I say marginally.
Have they released the actual design?
They released a picture of it that I sent to you, and you said, "Well, that can burn in a fire."
The MJF belt.
That was the official design for the belt, apparently. Yes. So basically, the one is now golder. It's basically a tiny bit better, in the same way that if your hand got cut off and they put a fucking hook on it, it would be marginally better than having nothing there. It's not a good fucking look, lad.
The strap of that belt is MJF's fucking scarf.
Was it?
That is not a belt strap.
What you want to know, wasn't it? It was black, wasn't it?
No, the belt you sent me was MJF's fucking scarf pattern design.
I would screen share and show you, but the last time we screen shared, Kai lost his audio. So we ain't doing that.
Yeah, I did. It killed me.
But if
yeah,
right,
the TNT belt. The absolute greatest comparison I've seen to it is you get a can of Budweiser, you squash it down, you have the TNT Championship. And honestly, it's bang on.
One thing, no, basically, someone took the 24/7 belt and gave it money.
Yeah, essentially. The belt sucks. But Jungle Boy's the number one contender, so I don't really care.
Yes, but can we just point out that they completely forgot they already had number one contenders for the tag team belts that they crowned like 2 weeks ago, Double or Nothing? This week on Dynamite, apparently they crowned a new number one contenders for the tag team championships, forgetting the fact
No, they
that
did not.
the best friends.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Did they not? Because it was all over fucking Twitter.
You know, they crowned the best friends as number one contenders at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, and they've just crowned Jimmy Havoc and somebody as number one contenders, apparently.
They really have not.
Oh, really? Because it was all Twitter was fuming. My Twitter was going fucking nuts.
No, they rose up the rankings. They're not number one contenders.
Ah, good. I was like, fuck, how can you forget that?
So have you not watched Dynamite then?
I haven't watched Dynamite in months.
Oh, well, that's really sad because I wanted to talk about what the fuck happened at the end of the show with Tyson. He just looked like an angry drunk fella.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it. I might start watching Dynamite again. My only problem with Dynamite is this is my other moment. AEW. I enjoy AEW. I love their pay-per-views. I think their pay-per-views are class. Their weekly show leaves a lot to be desired because most of their weekly show is, hey look, Cody. Hey look, the Bucks. Hey look, Omega. And I get it. Those are the big guys.
You can tell you haven't watched the show in months because that's not what the show is now.
I didn't. I watched one the other week, and the biggest story of it was literally Cody going after fucking Jake the Snake.
That's because it was building to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but like, I'm not seeing enough that's hooking me at the moment with Dynamite.
There's nothing that, like, I don't think I've watched a full episode of Raw and SmackDown for like 3-4 months properly. Like, properly sat down and watched it.
Can we talk about SmackDown last night? Because something really pissed me off about SmackDown last night.
I haven't watched it yet.
Well, but you know exactly what I'm going to talk about because we were talking about it all night. So they opened with a segment which basically was telling the audience that Jeff Hardy was drunk, driving under the influence, and hit Elias. Now, I know they're going to wreck on it and be like, oh, Sheamus hit them. They already started that last night because he came back. But with everything we know about Jeff Hardy, I think that was a massively shit taste.
The
Jeff
only
Hardy, who
saving
has had
grace, the only saving grace about the storyline is that Jeff Hardy would have had to have signed off on it. So it's Jeff Hardy approved at least.
yeah, but to me, this is no better than when WCW were like, "Oh, Scott Hall drunks." You know what I mean? Like they're literally using
Well, to be
somebody's
fair,
real life problems.
WWE have done this. They've done these storylines for years. They did a version of it with CM Punk when it came out. Jericho started making fun of him because his sister was an alcoholic or a drug addict, and his father was a drug addict and was something. They done the same storyline with Road Warrior Hawk, with
That was
Droz
fucking
and
disgusting. That one
Animal.
was horrible.
So it's like it's just one of those things that WWE tend to do. Yes,
I
it sucks, but they're
yeah.
not going to change. It's out of touch, fucking people at the top, and it's not just Vince either. Some of the writers are just fucking dumb. But there we are.
They got television writers, which is the worst bit. A lot of their writers are soap writers, TV writers, writing for TV shows, not for wrestling.
Yeah.
Last night, though, the best bit about SmackDown was Nikki Cross. So they has a match, right? And it's Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. On commentary, you have Bayley and Nikki Cross. And when I tell you that Michael Cole lost his shit with laughter because Nikki Cross was being Nikki Cross, my Christ, she was hilarious. She was like fucking. She turned to Bayley and went, "I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna fucking eat you." Which didn't swear with me. Sheamus, I sent you this clip. Daniel Bryan kicked Sheamus in the leg, to which Sheamus went, "Ah, you dirty bastard!" And I was like, "Yeah,
Please stop doing accents. Please just never do accents ever again.
dirty bastard." That sounded more Scottish. I can't do a Scottish accent, but apparently I can.
You just can't do accents, bro.
Because I don't have one of my own. Like I want to have the full deep Welsh accent like fucking Tom Jones, but I don't have that. I just have whatever the fuck this is.
To be, like I've been told, right, that when I sound Welsh, boy, I sound Welsh.
Oh
And I
yeah,
don't understand. I've been told I have the thickest Welsh accent in RIW, which is impressive considering in RIW half of our roster are fucking Valleys boys. So I'm just here, proper going, "All right, boys, what's happening here now then, son?" And then like, fucking Martin's in the corner, like, "What the
fucking
fuck is this kid
Fireman
on?"
Sam, is it?
No, man.
Coming into the ring now is Fireman Sam. Oh my god, the new gimmick for Sam Parker. Fireman Sam.
Well, he is trying to be a fireman, so
Exactly, he had the gear. I'm sure that's comfortable to wrestling.
yeah, probably not.
Do you remember when they made Martin Grant wrestling overalls?
Yes, I called him the working man and got a massive pop from him.
Yes. But I felt more sorry for him because not only was he in overalls, it was the middle of summer.
Yeah,
And it was a
popped up on my
solid. Yeah.
it popped up on my Facebook memories the other day, and oh my god, I've also
remember.
realized a thing. Every time that I speak into that mic and I say finally, I've checked on the DVD. It sounds like I said finally, but on the speakers, it sounds like finaloo. And I don't know why, but it just annoys me every time I see that clip. And I'm like, dude, shoot me in the face.
No,
Carry
my
on.
favorite bit about that working man thing was I quite, because I'm GM, I used to sit in the crowd when I was a face because it made sense because GM watching his own show, making sure everything went smoothly. I sat there and I was looking at Martin Grant when you said it, and he proper, like it wasn't like, it was like,
Oh, he cracked. He broke. He broke.
he had to go into, he's like, you.
After the show, I won't forget this. I went back after the show, and I went back there, and it was Martin, Mark, and Bish. Mark and Martin were talking, And Bish came to me and said, "What the fuck did you say when Martin was out there?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said, "When he was in the overall, what did you say?" And I said, "Oh, I said I called him the working man." And then Martin turned around and said, "If you don't sing working man next show, I will fucking kill you." And so I couldn't get Andrew and PG to okay me to do it on the show, but the
I would have just fucking
pre-shows.
done it. Yes, we did on the pre-show.
But the pre-shows they didn't control. So I
Nah, that was us.
it's a working man,
Best of that was I actually found the fucking instrumental. We had it laid under the bottom. We harmonized. We fucking played that for us.
Oh man. Like every now and then Martin still mentions that to me and I'm just like, thank you, my G. It's like
That pre-show, man, was so
things I'm remembered for in RIW. Working man, right? Getting kicked by Jay Joshua. The table spot with Danny. The pre-shows, calling Fletcher dangerous, and then the one that I'm remembered most for.
Nick!
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm not fuck right off, mate. I've
Right,
retired.
you're no longer ring announcer, and Nego Fago no longer works for ROW, so we're never going to get this opportunity again.
No, we're not. It's retired. Fuck you.
Okay. I've still got the fucking sombrero. It's like 2 meters that way. I can see it.
Yeah.
If we ever bring back the pre-show, that's going on like as decoration. Like in the
Yeah.
background, we're gonna have like a proper set. I missed that pre-show, man. Next month is the year anniversary of the first one.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, and like watching it is so. If you watch the first pre-show and the last one, you could tell at some point we switched because the first one we're still trying to be like proper. We're trying to be professional, not make too many jokes. By the last one, we're like, "Yo, fuck it, here we go. Who's this prick?"
The one, I think it was either the penultimate episode or like 2 episodes before we finished. The intro was me just retelling a scary fucking story or some shit. Because we had the lights off. I was in a really deep voice going, "It was a deadbeat cemetery tour." And then you turn the light on and I said, "Fucking hell, my voice."
No, you went because I remember pretty much word for word. A deadbeat cemetery too, but it's not an lich of Boogaloo. It's risen from the grave. Oh, I need a breath mint or something like that. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I need, yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd switch the light on. Like, we timed that so well. It looked so good on video.
We did. It looked fantastic. But there were loads of stuff like that with the pre-shows that we did that just... I remember once we had to redo a shot. It must have taken about 17 fucking tries.
Oh,
when you were trying to get the hat. We were trying to fucking throw the hat. Oh, so good. I remember, I think I had to throw it at you or something, didn't I?
No, I was talking like, "Oh, Kai's not here. He's going to have to wear this for the show." And then the bell went off. And I went, "Oh!"
Yes. Yeah, because I remember it hit the light and we both looked up and went, "Oh, fuck."
Well, at the one point you walked up to the camera and was like, ding, ding, ding. Fuck, it went off again. There were so many bloopers in that one episode that I had to literally, I made a complete separate video, which is our bloopers. Because at one point I tried to say that Jordan Carter was going to fight James Corden.
Yeah. There was one that I said in that video. I said something. And we both lost it.
I think it was James Ellis, Jordan Carter, who's James Ellis and why.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it's Jordan Carter versus James Ellis. Who is James Ellis and why?
There's another bit where we just awkwardly stand there waiting for the other one to start the fucking next segment.
Yeah, and then we both start at the same time, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Just next one, and I'm sitting there going, "You gonna start?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, so."
There was so many of those that we just did, like, out of nowhere, just for no reason.
I feel they were kind of special because A, we enjoyed making them, and B, people really enjoyed watching them. Like,
I don't think there wasn't a single episode that got got a bad response. I don't think.
There was certain people who,
yeah. Apart from the one person we know did not like the first few pre-shows.
But that one person didn't like any of the pre-shows because they wasn't what he wanted them to be.
No, because we weren't pushing him to the moon. But
No, there was the one person that was like, your pre-show should be like WWE pre-shows with no jokes and really like professional. I'm like, no, people
yeah,
ain't gonna
no,
watch that. They want to
because
laugh.
we for one are an indie wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
2, I am a comedy gimmick, and 3, he is. Well, you were at that point a fun babyface GM. When you turned
Yeah.
heel, we had to completely change the formula of the pre-show while also keeping it the same, and it was so fucking hard.
No, we did a quite good job. I quite like the last pre-show.
We
The only
did, but
one
it
we ever did
sucked.
that sucked, that I didn't like, the pre-show was good, but PJ had asked us to add some storyline element to the end of it, and it completely
Oh, is the one where I
derailed.
stormed off, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was awkward. And
The
we both
last
watched it back and
pre-show.
went never again.
No, the last pre-show we did though, I think the storyline in it worked really well.
Yeah. I'm just
Um,
glad it was the last one. I missed that pre-show so much. It was just a fucking laugh.
What
But
do
now,
you think?
like,
We're like what? It's been 6 months since the last one. Because what people seem to forget is we only did the pre-shows for like a 5-6 month period. We didn't
I
do
think
them for
there's
long.
6 pre-shows. Like, and
Yeah,
we won
like
the award for best
actually,
comedy.
there's
Yeah.
there's probably about 7 or 8 because we done one for Gleneath and the Saved by the Bell show as well.
Yeah.
So there's about
So I
7
think,
or 8 pre-shows, but we only
yeah.
did them for about 5 or 6 months, and people still talk about them now.
Yeah. Literally, like I did an interview with Fletcher Law, and I had mentioned, do you use the dangerous thing? And he started talking about the pre-shows, about how we did that on the pre-shows. I'm like,
Yeah,
it got to the point where Fletcher Law was standing in the ring in front of the crowd going, yeah, well, Big Dav and Kai Sandbrook on the pre-show said this. And I'm like, did he just? Did he just?
oh man. Well, look at this. One of the chants that got over the most at the end of last year and the beginning of this year was because of something I said on the pre-show. Sid
Sure.
Oakley, alcoholic.
I remember Sid Oakley arrived at the building. He had not long watched the water and went, you little fucker. Weird air, have I?
Yeah, I love how that was the issue he had with it, not the fact that I said he had a drinking problem.
Weird air, a drinking problem. Like, and
My favorite things about the pre-shows though is when they brought new people in that me and you clearly had no idea who the fuck they were, and we had to sort of
point,
like Nico Angelo. I was just sort of like, you know about Nico Angelo, don't you, Dav? And I could see in your eyes you were like, you fucking cunt.
one of the outtakes from that was you going, you have no idea who you booked, do you? And I'm like, no idea at all. Like, with them, you clearly see we were just making like, I've watched tapes from this person. They're good. Next wrestler is someone we know.
Yeah, well, no, like Amina Lily, before she debuted, I was like, she's a big bagged kicky gal, and
Big,
the
angry,
only
kicky gal.
yeah, and the first thing she said to me was that was the best description anyone's ever given me. I was like, I've literally never seen you wrestle. How is this possible? Thank you very much.
That was good. Like we had like people that of someone that we know. Well, we never met, but we know them because they watched the pre-shows. Say that they literally stopped watching our W when the pre-show stopped because, quote, she didn't care anymore.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck to me.
It's because of the pre-shows this podcast exists.
Yeah, it is.
Because in one of the comments of one of the pre-shows, a guy called Chris from King's Casino said, you guys are great together, you should do a podcast. And we both went, do you know what? It's not a bad idea. And
Yeah.
then we kind of did it, and then it was fun, and then we enjoyed, and then we went, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, basically, that's exactly how it happened.
Now we're here. Fucking, I think this is podcast episode 7, maybe.
Yeah, of a
And now
podcast
everyone
that
else
was
has a podcast.
the amount of podcasts popping up everywhere, it's mad. But like, I don't want to say we started a trend, but we definitely started a trend.
Like, we're not the first podcast, but we're the first one of the group of people that we know, and now like everyone has a podcast.
Literally everyone I know has a podcast. It's mad.
No one's got one as long as ours though, because we are professional bullshit talkers.
Yeah, basically. But like my friend, remember I said Yoan wants to come on the podcast?
Yeah.
He started his own podcast this week. So it's literally like everyone's getting a podcast. And the good thing about this episode, now that we're doing it on Zoom, is we probably won't have the camera cutting out all the time.
Yeah.
So that's really good. But yeah, it's been a weird whirlwind. Like, I love
Thing
how
is,
this podcast, we started off saying, oh yeah, this would be a weekly thing. We are now we're coming into the 6th month of the year. We're just 7 episodes in, and we started in January. This isn't weekly,
because
is
not
it?
long after
Really?
started, I had these fucking issues with my laptop, and like, soon as like I can get a new laptop and get that resolved, we will start going to hopefully weekly because it'll be a lot less bollock aching to edit them.
Yeah.
It literally took 14 hours for the last podcast to render,
Jesus.
and that was with the Skype video. Imagine that with the full HD videos.
I know it took me like a day and a half to send you all the clips from my camera that we didn't even end up using, so that was a wasted fucking day.
I was so gutted. I put all it looked awesome with the HD clips, and then the fucking audio drift came into play, and I was like, no, homie, not what I wanted from life today.
Oh man. But yeah, when you think about the year we've had, it's like it's mad.
Well, a year ago last month, we met properly because we went to the concert. Well, we'd met before it, but we started
Yeah.
talking because of the concert. Like you put on your
Well,
status
I
today,
think
it,
we properly started talking after you helped me with my documentary. And you
yes,
helped me edit I say help me, when you edited the trailer for me. And I added like 1 or 2 extra clips in at the end. But you know, thank you, Bray. Thank you, Bray. Thank,
no,
thank, thank you, bro. I went to say bro and Bay at the same time, and I'm like, thank you, Bray. Let me in. And
I will when Boris is allowed.
yes, get in there, my G. But like, so that's when we started to be friends, and then Hollywood Undead happened, and this was like, ooh, friendo.
I was like,
Which was
maybe
weird,
not,
because if
but
we look back at that day, we didn't actually speak all that much that day, because it was me. I was either speaking to Amy, PJ, or Darius, and Liam. I mean, Andrew. I spoke to Andrew quite a lot as well. But then it was like sort of you and Chloe. Like I knew you were there, but I didn't speak to you. And then I think it was about an hour before the concert, me and you properly just started talking in the line, like.
yeah, it literally is.
And then when we got into the concert, you just sort of fucked off behind us. I was like, right, well, I'm just gonna sit on this barrier with Amy and pretend that Dav is still here. And then some motherfucker just fell in my lap. I was like,
No,
well, this is not
I
how I
left after
expected
that
this to be.
happened. I went off with PJ and Chloe to make sure that the guy got out all right. You know, if he needed any help. And then I was like, it's too warm in there. I'm gonna sit towards the side for a couple of songs. So a couple of songs I didn't know because obviously I wasn't gonna be into those songs. So I'd rest my feet, and then I go back and stand towards the back because there was more room. You know, being a bigger guy, courteous, I wanted to not block every cunt's view with my frame, with my elephant body. And yeah, so that was a really. I watched that back earlier because I got a soundbar now. I bought a soundbar off Danny, right? And I never realized how shit my telly was until I had a soundbar, and now it sounds amazing.
Fair.
But there's a bit clip in the video where they sing "Hear Me Now," and midway through the last verse, they go "Hear Me Now," but they cut all the instruments, so it's just the crowd singing it. Like at
Yeah,
the
and
end,
everyone was singing it.
you can hear me back out there going, now, yeah! And like the song cuts back in, and I watch it back, and I'm like, why did I do that? Why am I marking out to a
No,
moment?
because when this happened, I was distracted, let's say. And then the music cut out, and all of a sudden I just heard Amy in my ear, hear me! And I was like, fucking hell, calm down.
That bit was so cool. One of my favorite bits.
I literally almost fell into the sound engineer. Like he was right behind us because we were sat on the fucking pedestal in front of him. And I shit myself. I was holding her to make sure she'd stay on the fucking thing. I shit myself and wobbled. She wobbled with me. Chloe just sort of looked at us, laughed, and walked away. I was like, well, thank you too.
One of my favorite moments of that was when they played Undead. I just realized we're talking about
Undead.
this now. We did a full 20 minutes of this some 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah, it's one of the best moments I think we've had together, really.
And then
And then
like a
obviously,
week
then
later, you came in like, "Yo, fancy doing a pre-show?" And I was like, "Aye, why not? Can't hurt."
I remember
And
because I can't remember how the pre-show came about properly.
I
Like
think you were bored.
I'm fairly sure it was my idea.
If it wasn't, then the execution was our idea, because
Yeah, because
when we told people that we were doing a pre-show, what came out was not what they had in mind.
no, because I have always wanted to do a sort of Scott Stanford style pre-show where I'm like standing in the ring or something before a show, and I interview one or two guys. And what happened was, I think it was Fifth Element. Chloe started doing the interviews instead of me, and she called Jordan Carter Darius and ruined kayfabe. Um, and let's just, Chloe, I love you, but never interview people ever again.
Do you remember when they used to do little pre-shows where it was live and they'd chuck camera on me and go, "Right, go talk to the kids outside," and I'd
That
walk
was,
outside,
yeah, so that was the sort of first iteration of a
and it
pre-show.
was awful because I go,
It
"You
was
looking forward to
god
the show?"
awful.
And they'd go, "Yeah." "Who are you looking forward to seeing?" And everyone would shout a different name, and I remember looking at the camera and going, "Well, that one is expected." The only one of them I liked was halfway through the show, they had me out on the stage with all the kids gathered around with me on a mic, and I go, "Did you enjoy them?" They cut to the crowd, and the crowd would go, "Yeah!" And that bit was quite cool. But I remember we did it for a deadbeat cemetery. Not a deadbeat cemetery. What did we do it for? It was in
It
the
would have been earlier
TKM.
than that because these stopped when we started doing the pre-shows, and the pre-shows were in June.
I
So
remember
it
we did
would,
the first one in the TKM dance center, and because I was in my suit, because everyone said I'd just come from a funeral because I had the black tie, and I walked out,
it
and
would have
there were
been
like
March.
4 people there,
Yeah, it would have been March.
and it was fucking dreadful. I'm not gonna lie.
I love the TDM shows, man.
I didn't. I hated that building. I really did not like that venue.
I didn't like the first show we did there, which I'm pretty sure is the one that is remembered the most because it was Battle Against Cancer. I think was the first one there,
Yes, and I
and
put a documentary to it.
I didn't like my experience on that show too much, but that's because the people I was in the match with decided, yeah, you know what, you'll take one bump and then you can fuck off. That I don't like that because I'm there to wrestle. But I couldn't work because the guy I was supposed to be feuding with at the time was on my team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're in a feud with the Solution. We put you in a team with the Solution. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
got
my favorite with that was I walked out the next.
and then Ross attacked me to end the match. I'm like, Ross, what? But to be fair, I did kind of force them into it because the last show, as we touched upon, I did sort of go, PJ, I'm turning heel. He went, aight. And now I'm a bad guy. So, to be fair, I got major heat. I came out to that show in my slow-ass fucking Doctor Strange theme. I walked out doing the who. No, I didn't.
You did your mini Walter
No, I
shit.
didn't. This wasn't the no. Mini Walter was spring into action when I beat Hobo Phil. This show, actually, I walked out, my music played, I came out, told Josh he was an idiot, said I don't need music, I'm more charismatic than that music ever will, I'm more something something than that music ever will be. I'm more recognizable than that music ever will be. I stepped on off the stage and people were booing me instantly because I turned off a really good song, which I didn't realize how over-explored was as a theme
I remember.
until I
No, I know
stopped
why you did
using
that as well.
explode as a theme.
You did it because we had you. I had done your Doctor Strange theme, and then they'd lost it. So we got to the show and they didn't have your new theme. So you went, "Fuck it, I'm not. I'll come up to no theme then."
Yeah, like they. Yeah, I was like, oh, screw it, because like I don't think that song fit a heel at all, because it was literally like, I'm gonna rise against fucking persecution and shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll enter to no theme, and that's exactly what I did, and it got really decent fucking heat, because I was just walking around like mimicking the crowd and going, ah, shut up, yeah, I'm better than you, you know, the villain. And I remember walking around the ring. I got to Danny. Danny looked at me and said, "Dude, you're killing it." And then Alex, because Alex was wearing the mask, he whispered into my ear. I will never, ever forget these words. Alex just said, "Use a big heel now." Yeet. And threw me. And I mean, he fucking pushed me into the ring. I was like, "Excuse me." The fuck? And then I stood on the ring apron for about 20 minutes, which was fun.
Alex is great. I remember I got whipped for Danny in a show, and the whole bit was Alex.
Didn't he call you
Stefan,
a bitch boy?
No, quite the opposite. So Alex and Stefan were like holding me up because that was a spot that like they would hold me up and Danny would whip me. Alex spent the entire time in me going, "You got this, dude. You got this. 2 more shots. Boom. 1 more shot. Boom. You're good. I'm gonna let you go now." And he dropped me. At that point, by the way, I remember going to stand up.
My favorite thing of Alex in a match was
when you have a table. Well, that created an awkward silence, didn't it? Hello?
So you've cut out then. I couldn't hear a single word you said.
Doing the table spot?
You've dropped out, dude.
Ah, yeah, shithead. Hang on. Technical.
You're back now.
Okay, non-technical difficulties. Fucking hell, the life hates me. I was just going to say, like, doing the table spot.
What was this? My table spot.
Yeah, and he's like, "Ah, you've killed him."
Oh no, that entire match, Alex was killing me. So we done it, and the spot was I was supposed to go to hit. I think it was Dan. It would have been Danny with a chair, and Alex was supposed to grab the chair from me. Alex wasn't quite in position when I did it, so I lifted the chair up, stood there for about 20 minutes, just with a chair in air, and then instead of grabbing the chair, he just grabbed my head and pulled it back. Bear in mind, this was 2 months after I got shaved bald, so there was nothing there. He just grabbed my forehead, pulled me back, lifted me up into a lumbar check, a lumbar bomb, span me out. I bumped. Everyone went, "Ooh," and all I heard Alex say was, "Ha, you're dead, bitch," and leave. I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" And then the table spot. I can remember doing my whole cell, looking over and seeing fucking Alex go to Dan and just go, "You killed him." I love him. I love Alex to bits. But it's still not the best thing he's ever done, though. December was the best thing he ever did in the triple threat match I had with him.
Oh, yeah, where he was inserted in.
Yeah, oh, it was so good. Because he came in. This was amazing. So he came in after this absolute clusterfuck of a match with a guy that could not work worth his fucking soul, right? And Alex was just like, "Yeah, fuck off." And yeeted him out the ring, and he was not seen again. And Alex hit me with, I think, the lumbar bomb again, went to pin me, and I kicked out. I was like, "No, we're finishing it with a black hole." And he lifted me up for the black hole, put me down, and just went, "Damn, you spin."
You know
But
why?
that's not even the best. I love Alex so much. I could go on about how cool that guy is forever.
Do you know why he didn't go back into the match?
Because he was announced.
No, because when he rolled out the ring,
Because
Andrew grabbed him and went, "Yeah, you're not
Andrew
getting back
stood
in.
on him.
Stay the fuck here." Yeah.
We spent the entire day asking him, "Right, you know how to take a black hole slam, yeah? You know how to take a crossroads, yeah, no worries." We got to the singles portion of the match where it was just me versus him. I got him into the crossroads. He ass bumped. I'm like, fuck. And this was a month after I wrestled, up to that point, my best technical match against Darius. Me and Darius went about 10 minutes of just consistent technical wrestling. And then the next month, I was in Euro Michael Wild, and I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." What a dick. Oh my god. But yeah, Alex saved me on that, to be fair.
So, here's an idea. Right. Do you fancy having a little fun? That sounds dodgy. Do you fancy working that old brain of yours? Because it's been a while, and I'm not gonna lie. I've got an idea for a thing we can do. Right.
Right.
So, okay. Hang on, I've lost it.
For fuck's sake.
Take a mid-carder in WWE right now. Right?
Yeah.
And I want him to win the world title at next WrestleMania.
So from now until WrestleMania.
Yes. Do you want to go first or shall I?
You can go first, considering this was your idea.
Motherfucker. I don't like you sometimes.
Hey, I went first. To be fair, I went first in the last trade book. So.
Alright, so here we go. So my mid-carder is what's his name? Fucking Shorty G. Chad Gable. So next month we have a pay-per-view that I can't remember what it is. It's
Backlash.
fucking Backlash. So we'll start there. So we'll have Shorty G come out and he'll turn heel. He'll get on the mic and he'll go, "Do you know what? I have had enough. I am fuming. Basically, I am one of the greatest wrestlers this company has ever seen. I am a former Olympian." And like you'll have him say stuff like, "I was better than Angle at his best. I just got screwed out. I just had one bad match in the Olympics and it cost me everything." That build up that he's a pissed off little man. And then I get to WWE. I'm in a great tag team until they decide that my partner is that man's son. You have him proper go blur the lines of being like, this is real, this is storyline.
You want him to pipe bomb? Yes, I get it.
Be like, yeah, I was in a successful tag team until they decided that he was Angle's son, and then he got injured, so we couldn't redo the tag team at any point. And then they stuck me in basketball shorts and called me Shorty G. I'm not happy, and you fans, you can go to hell, because I tried to pander to you for the last entirety of my career, and look where it's got me. I'm in basketball shorts fighting Baron Corbin. This is not what I want for my life. This is not what I want for my career, and I'm done. And he'll walk away. Right? He'll be gone for about a month, 2 months, I'd say. Right? You keeping this? You tracking this? He'll be gone for 2 months.
Yep.
Or till SummerSlam. Oh, in this scenario in my head, there's a crowd, okay? He'll return when there's a fucking crowd for him to return to. So in my head, SummerSlam. That's the closest I can see it happening. He'll turn up at SummerSlam and he'll attack. Give me a random babyface from WWE. I can't think of a babyface at the moment.
Apollo Crews.
Yeah, he'll attack Apollo Crews, turn him proper heel. He'll come out, he'll attack Apollo Crews, he'll put him in an ankle lock, and he'll break.
I'm only saying that because Apollo Crews is currently, at the time of speaking, United States champion. So if he's still champion, then it makes sense.
So he'll attack Apollo Crews and he'll break his ankle. He won't actually, kayfabe, break his ankle, take Apollo Crews out. And then he'll attack another face, and then another face. And like these mid-card guys, he'll take them out, injure them, and be like, "Yeah, I'm on a tear. I'm not living by your rules anymore." He'll get into his first feud, and his first feud, by the way, he'll stop wearing the fucking ridiculous fucking basketball gear. Right? So he'll start wearing a fucking proper Olympic singlet like he used to. Like, he'll stop with the fucking ready, willing, and Gable. He'll come out first time, he'll get the thing, go to say it, and then he'll just scrumple the tea towel up and throw it. Like, I ain't doing this shit anymore. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. He's like, I ain't doing this anymore. I am done with your shit. Fuck y'all. Sorry, that reminded me. Have you seen the Taker documentary?
Yeah.
And he's like, DX, I've got three words for you.
3 words.
Go fuck yourself.
I love The Undertaker. And then Kane is just like, yep, that's about right. I love The Undertaker. Right, carry on booking Chad Gable. That
documentary was great because, sorry, I just remember the documentary. That little clip of Kane in 1998 in full Kane gear without the mask would have been fucking gold in 1998.
Oh my God, it would have been.
So yeah, he'll come out and he'll be like, I hate all you. You all can fucking die, whatever. And I should have put some thought into this before I just dropped it on us. Like, right. So then he'll get his first mid-card feud, and that will be against. Who would that be against? Ali. Ali comes back because fuck it, he's the only face I can think of at this point in time. Him and Ali will have a good match. They'll go 30 minutes. They'll steal the show at SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam, fucking the pay-per-view after. SummerSlam, we'll say fucking Extreme Rules. Just give them Extreme Rules because I know it's pay-per-view. I'm not going to name the pay-per-views, by the way, leading up until we get to Rumble. All right. So we haven't do that. We're having the mid-card feuds. He'll win in convincing fashion. Keep him going that he's this fucking machine now that's going to destroy all the people he wrestles. And we'll have him win a pay-per-views and thing. Build him up slowly. Have him in little storylines here and there. Get him up to the point of the Rumble where he, at this point, should be a credible heel. Hopefully one of the top heels in WWE. Now, this is where, because you want the him being champion to be a triumphant moment, because the fans, no matter what's going to happen, they're going to start to cheer. So about 2 months before the Rumble, you have him injured. Right? Don't know how you do it. You have, say, fucking some heel come and you.
So this would be November. So this would be like Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, perfect opportunity. He'll be in a match. He'll get injured in.
Did I just book for you?
Yes, thank you. So you just named the pay-per-view. So Survivor Series, he gets injured again. He's in the fucking 10 versus 10 versus 5. What is it? 5 versus 5 versus 5, isn't it? NXT.
Yeah.
So we get injured in that match. I don't know. He'll take a stray move. Fucking one of the heels from NXT will take him out. Whatever. He goes away. He's gone. Rumble comes around. There's been enough time for him to be missed. In the ring is the guy that eliminated him, that injured him for NXT. He's now been called up.
Yeah.
He's in the Rumble. He's a heel, so the crowd are hating him. He's proper enticing the crowd. We get to number 27 because I like that number. It's a good number. He's in the ring. Everyone else is down. And he's there like, I'm going to win the Rumble. At this point, we'll call him fucking Johnny Gargano, because I like Johnny Gargano, and he's Healy at the moment. So he's standing there. Everyone's taking themselves out. He's standing there going, I'm Johnny Wrestling. I'm gonna be Johnny WrestleMania, whatever. Chad Gable's music hit. The crowd should hopefully go, ah, yeah. Gable comes down to the ring. Triumphant hero return. He chucks Gargano over the ropes. Right? And he lasts. He's one of the final two. Right? Have him against the heel. Fucking at this point, Seth Rollins, he's one of the main heels in WWE right now, isn't he? He's fucking bad guy. Everyone hates him. Have him versus Rollins. Be the last two. Rollins wins the Rumble because everyone will hate that, and that's the desired effect of that Rumble match, because the Rumble match is not the story here. So then you go to... So that's Raw's main event, because he's on Raw. Gable's now a SmackDown superstar, because that's where Gargano is as well. Next week on SmackDown, you'll have WWE announce that there's going to be a tournament to crown the number one contender to go to WrestleMania to face Braun Strowman, because Braun is now the champion. Right? Where be you going, fam?
I'm going to Google something so that I can work it into my booking.
Okay, hang on. The fucking spaceship people are in the spaceship. What the fuck? What time is it, fam?
It's 6:15. Get back to your booking.
I've lost my phone. Hang on. Oh my fucking shit. Oh my god, my phone is actually smoking.
This podcast is brought to you by
by technical difficulties. We're still learning our feet with Zoom, okay? Right, so basically, I'm going to move that out of the sun. That's fucking swatting. I don't know why. You have a match, Elimination Chamber, because that's the next pay-per-view. You'll have Gargano will challenge Braun Strowman for the title because he'll heal it up and find a way to get in that match. During that match, Gargano rolls up Strowman to win the title.
Right, yeah.
So, like, Gargano is the heel. He's heel champion of SmackDown, just to piss off Jim Cornette, because at this point, that's fun to do. You have Gable. He'll go in the tournament. He'll win that tournament with the final match being 2 weeks, being a month out from the Rumble. So he'll go into the tournament. It'll start after the Rumble, finish at Elimination Chamber.
Right.
So during that show, Gargano wins the title, and in the main event, Gable wins the tournament to become the #1 contender. Or you could switch them around. Just to piss on his chips. At that point, then next SmackDown comes along. You could tell I haven't thought of it, planning this. You'll have Gable. He'll come in and be like, Gargano, it's you and me at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. This match is more than a title match to me. This is redemption because it was you that cost me 3 months of my career or whatever it is. It's you that took me out. It's you that injured me, and now I'm coming back. I want redemption. Gargano will then attack him, and we'll have the storyline where Gargano will come out. He'll run down the fans. He'll run down Gable, and like he'll be a prick of a heel, because I think Gargano could be a good heel. Like, he's a pretty good heel in NXT. I quite enjoy his dickhead NXT gimmick. Then what you'll do is, just for shits and gigs, you'll have him just being a dick. Get to Mania, right? Because I can't think of anything. Have the Mania match, right? So they'll go on main event. No, they won't. They're going second to last because the Rumble match should be main event. I'm waffling. I am waffling very badly. Because I'm waffling to think. They'll get into the ring. They'll have a match.
Is this WrestleMania now?
This is WrestleMania. They has wrestle match. Right? They fight the match. It's a good match. Give it 25 minutes. The closing sequence is Gargano goes for the what's it called?
Gargano escape.
That's the one. He'll put in the Gargano escape, right? And he'll wrench back. Somehow, I don't know how he's gonna do it because I haven't thought of this bit. But like Gargano will like roll out of it, roll up Gargano, grab the ankle, lock in the ankle lock, and Gargano will tap. Fans go ballistic. Gargano cries, I don't know, heel, bad guy, that Gargano. And yeah, that's it. Gable wins.
Fair.
And now to close out the podcast, what's yours?
Right, so mine is, what we need to know about my one is Otis is the Money in the Bank winner. I'm not changing that because it's happened, so we'll just go with it. King of the Ring last year happened in August. So what we're going to do is my guy that is going to become the champion. I'm not going to specify which championship. Wait, does it have to be the World Championship they win at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it has to be a world title.
Fuck. Right, well, that ruins
What
my
title?
bucket.
Okay, what title do you want?
It was going to be the Intercontinental title, but I was going to do it in a way.
Go on then, do it.
All right, cool. So, my guy is Drew Gulak. You should have expected this.
Yes, he's now back with the company.
Yeah, he's just re-signed, which is why I'm going to pick him. So, he's going to just wrestle bit matches against small guys, like probably some NXT guys, team with Daniel Bryan a little bit, past Backlash. And then the July pay-per-view, they are going to win one of these tag team turmoil matches and become #1 contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now, at this point, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, in my brain, will still be the New Day. I believe the New Day are the champions. Fuck it, they are now anyway.
They are right now.
So, New Day versus Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan. 2 weeks before SummerSlam. Drew Gulak has the Gulak, the Dragon Sleeper thing on Big E. Big E powers out, lifts him up. Big ending, or Kofi comes in, hits the midnight hour or whatever it's called. Pins Drew Gulak, 1, 2, 3. Drew's really sad. The next week, he's like, sorry, Daniel, we'll win it one day. But there's a battle royal for the Intercontinental Championship #1 contendership. The Intercontinental Champion out of this tournament, in my brain, will be AJ Styles, and he'll still be the champion. I don't know if he won last night, did he?
He didn't wrestle. Basically, last night's storyline was, Elias and Jeff Hardy are no longer in the tournament. AJ and Daniel go through, and Daniel was like, nah, I want to fight. And AJ was like, I'll take the night off. Fuck it, yeah, woo, phenomenal, yeah, you want none. So yeah, so Styles is for the next round.
All right, well, Styles wins the tournament in my brain. So Styles is the Intercontinental Champion.
Phenomenal idea.
The Battle Royal, fuck off. The Battle Royal on SmackDown the week before SummerSlam comes down to Drew Gulak, Daniel Bryan, and NXT call-up Matt Riddle.
Who is actually called up as of last night.
Yeah, Matt Riddle throws Drew Gulak over the top rope. Drew Gulak lands 1 foot on the floor, 1 foot on the steel steps. Rolls back into the ring quietly just as Daniel Bryan throws Riddle out. From behind Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak runs in, goes to throw him out. Daniel Bryan reverses it, throws Gulak out.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan becomes Intercontinental Champion. Now, with Gulak, what happens with Gulak now is September comes around, and it's announced at the end of SummerSlam or during the show that on September 29th or whatever, I don't know what the Sundays are, WWE will host a revived version of a pay-per-view that everyone used to love. King of the Ring.
My man!
Now, immediately, King Corbin is pissed. He's like, no, I'm the king. I'm always going to be the king. I'm entering this tournament. He enters one side. Otis still hasn't cashed in Money in the Bank. He is going to be in there, probably feuding with King Corbin because fucking reasons. So they'll be on different sides of the brackets. Drew Gulak will be in there. His first round match will probably be like Ziggler or something. He wins just barely with Ziggler. The semifinals and the finals happen at King of the Ring.
Right.
It's Corbin versus Otis in the semis, and Drew versus, I don't know, let's call it Matt Riddle, because it wouldn't be, but it's Matt Riddle now because I can't think of a fucking mid-carder on SmackDown. Drew Gulak just about rolls Matt Riddle onto his shoulders for the pin, gets into the finals, and King Corbin loses to Otis. So Otis could become both Money in the Bank winner and King of the Ring in 1 year. We're going to get a new king. Now, just as this match happens, Drew is like, whoa. Your Money in the Bank. Oh, sorry, I should have announced this before. The winner of King of the Ring will get a WWE title shot at the next pay-per-view, which would be October, so Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
The winner will receive a WWE Championship match at Hell in a Cell. So Gulak's like, whoa. You've already got a shot at the WWE Championship. Why do you want to win King of the Ring? And Otis is like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I don't want to win King of the Ring. So Gulak thinks he's in the ring to get a forfeit. So he's like, that wasn't how I wanted to go. Lights go out. Lights come back up. There's someone stood behind Gulak, all dressed in the blacks. They attack him from behind. And they wrestle a match under that and win and become King of the Ring.
Right.
The hood lifts up. It's not Otis.
It's Daniel Bryan.
No. It's the returning. That's right. Returning, my brother. I'm not going to lie. I got this far and now I've blanked. I don't know who it is.
Who's coming home?
CM Punk.
I fucking knew you were going to say CM Punk. It makes sense.
You didn't. You couldn't have known because I fucking didn't, right? So fuck it. CM Punk. Why
You
the
said
fuck not?
returning, and I was like, he's going to say Punk, isn't he?
CM Punk wins. CM Punk is King of the Ring. CM Punk is #1 contender for the WWE Championship, or Universal Championship, whatever the ones on SmackDown. The champion, it's I don't want it to be Braun. For the basis of this story, because it makes more sense, the champion is The Miz. I'm not booking that. So Punk and The Miz is set for Hell in a Cell. Punk wins.
Yeah.
But every week, Drew Gulak sort of looks at Punk and is like, you stole my chance. Like, this was the one chance I had to finally make it. You stole it. You know, you were the best in the world. You couldn't beat me yourself. You had to attack me. And he's like, yo. Survivor Series is coming up. I'm not King CM Punk. I'm Universal Champion CM Punk. You're Drew Gulak. You want to wrestle? You wrestle me at Survivor Series. And Gulak's like, no. This is how it's going to happen. I'm going to get that championship off you my way. Gulak goes to the ring. He's like, I dropped my guard at King of the Ring. I told Otis he didn't need the King of the Ring because he had the Money in the Bank. Well, now that I don't have King of the Ring, Otis, you son of a bitch, I need Money in the Bank. Otis comes out and is like, yo, the fuck you mean, bro? Drew is like, Drew says, I know that if I face CM Punk at Survivor Series, he will use his same cheating tactics as he did at King of the Ring, or he's going to use Paul Heyman to beat me, because Brock's going to be at Survivor Series. Brock's going to be there with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman and CM Punk in the same building cannot be trusted. I will not face Punk at Survivor Series, but Otis, I will face you, and I will take that Money in the Bank briefcase. He's like, no, the fuck you will not. The GM will come out, or Vince, or someone, and they'd be like, you know what, Drew? You make a good argument. You've got sound explanations. If you can beat these next two opponents in the next 2 weeks, you will earn a shot at Otis. First opponent's Tucker. It's like, yo, yay. Then the last opponent is Intercontinental Champion Daniel Bryan. Drew Gulak just about beats Daniel Bryan. All of Drew's wins are barely at this point. And at Survivor Series, he dominates Otis, kicks the shit out of him, beats him, becomes Mr. Money in the Bank.
Fucks him up.
And he says, I'm going to change the way this briefcase is seen. Thanks. He says, yeah, thanks. And so he says, yeah, I'm going to change Money in the Bank. We don't see him until the Royal Rumble. 30 comes out, it's someone, whatever, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano's in the ring, whatever. And all of a sudden, we see either Vince McMahon or Triple H come out and is like, on New Year's Revolution 2006, was it 2000? Yeah, it was 2006.
Yeah, 06.
Someone, Vince McMahon came out, or I came out, whichever one comes out, and says, at that show, I came out, I announced Edge as cashing in his Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Well, since then, we've changed the way this briefcase is seen. And yes, you may have won the Royal Rumble, Johnny. But he's cashing in. Gulak hits him from behind, throws him over the top rope, and cashes in to win the Royal Rumble. That's not the only thing. That's not the only thing he's going to change. He's like, I've changed the way Money in the Bank is seen. I'm about to change the way the Royal Rumble is seen. He enters a battle royal under a mask, because this is important. He comes under a mask, probably El Hijo del Fantasma or Gran Metalik, actually, because he has the full bodysuit. He enters as Gran Metalik and earns a shot into the Elimination Chamber match as Gran Metalik. Or we actually have Gran Metalik win the match, because that would actually make it much funnier because it's Grand Metalik. He'll never fucking win the belt.
Hmm.
And so at Elimination Chamber, the guy wearing the Grand Metalik gear comes out, wins the eliminates 2 or 3 guys, and then just as it's him and the final guy, they unmask to reveal Drew Gulak, and they become Universal Champion. So Gulak's like, I did it, I'm the world champion, it's not even WrestleMania, I made it, I told you, Punk, I'd beat you, and he beats him fair and square in Elimination Chamber. And he's like, Punk, if you want this title back, then fine, you get your match at WrestleMania. But there's someone that I need to face more. And now I said I'd change Money in the Bank, and I did. Now I'm going to change the Royal Rumble. Everyone that has ever won the Royal Rumble has used that to have a World Heavyweight or WWE Championship opportunity at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, Punk, you will challenge for the Universal Championship in the opening match. But the main event will be me changing wrestling. I'm going to use my opportunity to main event WrestleMania one-on-one with Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship.
Nice.
Drew Gulak beats CM Punk. He beats Daniel Bryan at the main event of WrestleMania. He's a double champion. And he gets on the mic at the end of... actually, no, we'll go to the next show because he's done it. Fuck it, he's a champion. We'll go... Yeah. We'll go to Raw after Mania. He goes out and goes, I have hit every single thing I ever wanted to do. I've won Money in the Bank. I've won the Rumble. I've become Universal Champion. I've main evented WrestleMania. I've become the Intercontinental Champion. I am the best.
Yep.
I don't need the Universal Championship to prove I'm the best. The best is right here, holds up the Intercontinental Championship. There's one guy that deserves the Universal Championship way more than I do. He puts it in the ring and says, Otis, it's here if you want it. Leaves and reigns as the Intercontinental Champion. That has changed Money in the Bank. So now you can cash in on anything. You can cash in on the Royal Rumble winner. You can cash in on Intercontinental, United States, NXT. Yeah. There's no boundaries to what you can cash it in on. The Royal Rumble, there's no boundaries as to what championship you can challenge for. Because we've already seen the NXT championships be challenged for by a Royal Rumble winner with Charlotte. So it doesn't really matter anymore. And so that's my premise of it.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, I know, it annoys me. But yeah, that basically my booking is Drew Gulak trying to prove he's the best and does it by being a sneaky motherfucker.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. That's a good idea. Heel Drew Gulak sneaking his way to the title. I love that idea.
And I just really like the idea of CM Punk sneaking his way into WWE by attacking Drew Gulak. And we can probably change the Intercontinental Championship match and the Intercontinental Championship match and the Universal Championship match around to have Punk versus Gulak as the main event as a story from King of the Ring. It doesn't really matter which way it goes around, but those are the matches for the last Mania.
I like it. Do you know, I've just realised something as well. This entire time we're looking at going, that's a cool CM Punk t-shirt. It's not. It's a William Joseph t-shirt.
It's not a William Joseph. It's a William Eva.
That's the one. Who the fuck's William Joseph?
Scott.
Ah, right. Yeah, cool. So, you won that, obviously. You mentioned Otis, which reminded me of something from last night's SmackDown, which I think needs to be talked about because it was the greatest plus weirdest thing I've ever witnessed. So we had the Money in the Bank celebration, which was Mandy Rose sat in a chair with Otis. They were like at this poolside, it was like all romantic and shit. And then Mandy Rose went, I'm going to go to sleep. And then like phase into a dream where Mandy Rose basically had a wet dream about Otis.
Ah.
To the point where like he's standing there dipping his toes in the pool. She's doing the whole comedy like, like that kind of thing with sunglasses. Like she's proper like, ooh. And then like, she always jumps in the pool, which causes a tidal wave, but splashes her to wake her up. She's like, oh. So she gets in the pool with Otis, and then she does his catchphrase. She does it and goes, "Oh yeah!" And it's honestly the honest thing. Also, Otis has the coolest job in the world right now because they snogged for about 20 seconds. Like they like
So to answer the question of the title of this podcast, what happened? Otis becomes luckier than us. Thank you for joining us on this episode.
I guess we're finishing. In 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds, the SpaceX project officially will launch and become visible in the United Kingdom as it flies overhead.
That's
pretty
really
sick.
cool. I would stay and do more of the podcast. We will try. Now that lockdown has eased slightly, I can go to your garden, provided we are 6 feet apart. We might try and do a podcast version of that. Maybe. We probably won't. I'm too scared.
Don't think that would work
No, it
because the
won't.
microphone would not stretch that far apart. Like, I don't have more than one mic.
No, it wouldn't. So we'd probably just do another Zoom podcast in about a week or two. We say that. We'll see you guys in August.
Although, to be fair, with the lockdown restrictions easy now, you can have 6 people meeting up as long as they stay apart and all that. We seem to be coming out the other end of this now, slowly. So hopefully, providing there's no second wave, we could be well on our way to returning to some form of normality.
We could be.
Like, it's
right, mate.
like,
I'm off to get food. You can get rid of this show. I'm hungry as fuck now. Fuck off. I'm going.
what happened?
This is the best outro of any podcast ever. Right, you can all piss off. I'm off for food.
I have been Doodle. He has been Kai, and thank you for watching the What Happened podcast. Bye.